One of the great things about London is discovering distinctive neighbourhoods where communities with roots all around the world meet to eat, drink, shop and socialise. Seven Sisters Market in North London is home to one of the capital's Latin American enclaves. But the market is now facing redevelopment, and the independent traders there, some of whom have been in the area for decades, have a fight on their hands to preserve their livelihoods and their cultural identity. I went along to meet them. Tottenham's Latin village, known by some as the Pueblito Paisa, has been home to a large South American community since the early 2000s. They transformed this building at Ward's Corner into a friendly, welcoming space for foreign nationals like themselves, who were new to London. But soon after they moved here, Haringey Council marked the site for redevelopment, and the traders have been locked in a bitter dispute with the developers ever since. Now, with the closure of the market imminent, the traders are fighting to preserve their businesses and a place they've come to call home. It's a whole mix of things, isn't it? So initially I thought it'd be just a food market, but you can literally get your hair done, you can get your nails done, you can get your meat.
Everything that the community needs is here.
Vicky Alvarez is a well-known member of the community and has traded in the market since 2002.
It's a very happy place to be. You know, in so many ways, it's like you are in Latin America, so you don't feel far away from home.
This market has been an integral part of London's Latin community for over 16 years. But ever since Haringey Council decided to redevelop the area, Vicky and her fellow traders have been concerned for their future. In September, the market will close, and the traders have been told they'll have a weekend to move their units across the road to a new building. That one there, Apex House. If Granger, the developer, get their way, it will be the traders' home for a number of years until the Ward's Corner redevelopment is finished. But traders fear their businesses will not survive the move. They worry the market will lose the atmosphere and social aspect it has built up over 2 decades.
The moment we step out from this building, all these business you see, each one of them, look around, it's not going to last for 6 months.
For me, it's not good because I have my job here. My customer is coming all the way here. It's a family.
At the moment, the council not listen very well. I need, the council listen for Latin American people.
In March 2018, the traders went to the United Nations looking for help. Now, the UN said the development was a gentrification project that represents a threat to cultural life. But Granger insists that they are keen to keep the community alive and a part of Seven Sisters.
I think very much ensuring that the traders who are currently in the market move across all together as one will go a long way to preserving the character that's there and the activities that go on within the market.
But what are Granger actually doing to ensure the community remains an integral part throughout the redevelopment?
We've in the past had a programme of engagement with traders where we sought to understand a bit more about how they operate and what their businesses need as part of the move. We'll be looking to understand that a little bit more about what concerns they have about moving and what support they might need to make the transition into this temporary market here as seamless as possible. We don't want that vibe of that Latin American market to disappear.
The council partnered with Granger, who promised to freeze rent for 18 months in the new development. But for Vicky and the traders, their biggest concern is that the rent will not be sustainable after that time, and worry they'll be priced out to make way for businesses willing to pay more for a prime location.
They say, okay, the rent is going to be sustainable for 18 months. 18 months is absolutely nothing in comparison of 16 years. November last year, they increased the rent by 25% in 1 week. My worry is as soon as we step out from this building, the protection that we already have here, the little umbrella that we are under, is not going to be there anymore. If this place is knocked down and the community are going to be relocated, the community are going to lose out.
Granger has guaranteed the traders a 5-year rental plan, at the end of which rents need to be agreed with the local authority. But what do the council have to say about the traders' fears of being priced out?
When market rents are going to be appraised after the next 5 years, then they're going to be held in line with other markets nearby. We understand that traders are concerned. We're on their side to make sure that this isn't going to be the situation that happens.
Just like Granger, Haringey Council are firm in the belief that the regeneration of Ward's Corner is in the interests of the wider community.
Wherever and whenever there is social, economic or physical renewal anywhere across the borough, that the communities, the residents that were there before must be an integral part of that neighbourhood's future. Regeneration isn't just about shiny new buildings, it's about ensuring that everybody shares in changes and improvements.
With the future of the Seven Sisters community hanging in the balance, the traders look to the struggle of another Latin market that has already lost its fight against eviction.
Elephant and Castle Shopping Centre has been around for over 50 years. It's an iconic building in London. All in all, we have around 100 businesses owned by Latin Americans.
This is a special place for me because it's like a second home.
It's brilliant and it's like a community. We all know each other.
It's like a meeting points for all our community.
Just like at Seven Sisters, Santiago believes the developer, Delancey, allowed Elephant and Castle Shopping Centre to fall into disrepair.
It's a building that is definitely old, but they were never engaged with the idea of refurbishing. They were always for the idea of demolition, and I think that that's something that should have been in the table.
In a statement, Delancey told us,
the professional team did look at options for both refurbishment and redevelopment of the shopping centre, taking into consideration a number of important factors for the wider community and economy of Elephant and Castle. Throughout our engagement with the local community, there has been a large majority in favour of redevelopment of the centre rather than refurbishment.
Initially, Delancey had no plans to relocate the current traders, but through a lengthy campaign, Latin Elephant have secured places for around 40 traders, but 60 still have nowhere to go.
Essentially, I think that there are two main Latin American hubs being at risk of displacement, and this is something we should be looking at very seriously. And I think that we shouldn't be losing such a significant community in the city.
The fate of the Elephant and Castle community has already been sealed. The shopping centre will close on the 30th of July this year, when all traders will have to vacate their units.
When you break it up again, like what they want to do, it's not going to be another shopping centre. They're just going to create a town centre. Like everywhere else, all the independents are going to be chucked out.
Back at Seven Sisters, the traders' fight for survival is still ongoing, but time is running out.
I think the Latin American community are going through an apocalyptic moment. Like a Brixton is already gone, and then Elephant, they're going to be out by summer this year, and then now the Pueblito Paisa, the Latin village here in Seven Sisters, they think is going to suffer the same fate, but we are willing to go to the European court if that is the case. I have the energy to carry on fighting because I don't have nowhere else to go.
The battle for Ward's Corner is symptomatic of the regeneration affecting communities right across London. And for these traders who run their shops like family businesses, it's not just their livelihoods at stake, but also the piece of London they feel most at home. And we'll aim to bring you updates on the situation in Seven Sisters Market in a future edition of Inside Out.